What's going on, everybody? My name is Albert and I'm from MasterBallTraders.store. Now, we all know that the gold standard for Pokemon investing is the 36-pack booster box. But what if I told you that the more expensive the booster box becomes, the less the average consumer is going to be able to get them in the future? That's what brings us to today's topic of the day. We are going to be talking about booster bundles and why I think that they're actually one of the most underrated items that's out there right now, especially for long-term Pokemon investing. Now, one of the first points that we're going to be talking about is what's called the anticipatory demand. Now, what this means is that investors choose to invest in a product that is a lot cheaper today because they know that in the future it will be one of the only products that the average consumer is going to be able to buy. This ties in directly with booster bundles because ever since the Pokemon Company actually released booster bundles, they have been one of the best items for the money that you can get the most packs in and actually get them at the lowest cost. Now, if you think about it, if you look at the gold standard, which is the booster box, guys, it gets to a point where the average investor just gets priced out, right? So if everyone's holding a case of 6 booster boxes, right? And these booster boxes go up to $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 each. Now, the average Joe just can't spend that much on a booster box. And chances are, if they're spending that much, they're using it kind of like fine art. They're not really ripping it. They're not really touching it unless, they're completely made of money, right? But the point that I'm trying to make is the average consumer is just going to be priced out. So what this means is that what are they going to be looking at? They're going to be looking at what they can get the most from out of the least amount of money that they can put into. Now, I'm not saying that booster bundles are going to be insanely cheap. I'm just saying that comparing them to booster boxes, they will be insanely cheap. Because I actually have huge anticipation that booster bundles in the future will be worth more than $1,000 each. Now, is this a lot of money? Yes, it is. But when you're looking at a 10-year-old set, at a 15-year-old set that you can't get anymore and the booster boxes are 20, 30, 40,000, now you're looking at a bundle that's a percentage of that. And you get a huge percentage of the box itself. I mean, you get 6 packs for every bundle. The second point that we're going to be looking at is very simple and straight to the point. The booster bundles, they don't have that extra fluff. Now, if we're looking at the ETBs, we have the promo in there. We have all that different material in there that's just packaged in there. And then we have some dice, some whatever cards. We have a lot of stuff, a lot of extra things that the average investor or collector doesn't necessarily, need. Now, with the booster bundle, we get that exactly. We get 6 packs in a small little box, and that is it. Now, this actually brings me to the other point. The fact that the booster bundles are so directly compact means that storage for them is so much easier than an ETB or any other, premium poster collection or any other, ancillary items that Pokemon releases. So if you look at it, it's a small box and you can put them anywhere. You can put them in drawers, you can put them in totes, you can put them in boxes, but you can definitely squeeze a lot more product into something as long as it's in the booster bundle comparing to other products out there. Well, the next point I'm going to make is actually a huge point that a lot of people tend to forget. A lot of the specialty sets, they don't have booster boxes. So what is the next best thing that people are looking at? They're looking at booster bundles and then they're looking at ETBs. Now, the ETBs have gained such a huge traction, obviously, because they do include that promo in them. But if you're looking to rip, and this is a huge point that I'm going to make, if in the future you think that people are going to be buying these sets to rip, then the booster bundle is the most liquid, the best product that you can invest into right now because it provides the most packs for the amount of money that the average consumer is going to be able to afford in the future so they can go ahead and rip and get that nostalgic feeling from 2025, 2026. Now, I will say that in the future, booster boxes will have the highest ceiling, but I believe that booster bundles will actually have the highest accessibility. So if you think that your intended target for the future is going to be the average Joe consumer, I think that booster bundles are a no-brainer, guys. And I think that they're being undervalued and underappreciated way more than what people are actually thinking about. because the people are focusing so much on ETBs, they're focusing on booster boxes not being, available to the average consumer, that they're not even paying attention to the best product out there for the future average Joe, which is the booster bundle. So when it comes to booster bundles, I think that this is one of the best products that you can get right now for the price, for the amount of space that you're gonna be using up to store them, and for the amount of value that it's going to have in the future for more people than booster boxes will. Now this was kind of like a short video, but I did want to talk about this subject. Now I kind of want to divert into my business. And as some of you guys know, well, most of you guys should know, I do own a company. It's called Masterball Traders, and my website is masterballtraders.store. So we've been focusing on actually Japanese products and simplified Chinese products. Now we actually expanded to English products, and we actually expanded to 3D printing. Now these things are amazing. I've had a 3D printer for the longest time, and this chain is the coolest thing. Now, you can bling your cards out. I mean, this thing is sweet. But we have a lot more products that we're going to be 3D printing, and we're going to be listing on the site. Now, some of them I am using the license for from other creators, but I am in the process of actually creating my own products as well that it can add to the business. So if you guys aren't subscribed yet, subscribe and go visit my site. Check out the new products at masterballtraders.store. Until next one, guys. Thanks again.